Disruption Networks.
Disruption Network.
Perfect.
Come
See?
on now.
I love it.
What's up, everybody? Local Music Monday. It's the only day of the week that I know what day it is. It's because it's Local Music Monday.
Sure.
Here on the D, we're live on all Disruption Network social media platforms, and you can watch and view and listen at your discretion, at your leisure, pretty much on Twitch, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube. Also listen in podcast form. And we're also on Amazon Music now.
Ooh,
how about that?
That's fantastic.
Making our way up on Amazon Music and Stitcher, Spotify, and pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Much love to EJA Moving Services, the professional movers. When it's time to move and relocate, call Eddie today at 315-335-0516 or hit him up online at ejamoving.com. They make your move stress-free and painless. Let them do all the work for you. So when you got that grand piano you need to move, have Eddie do it. If you got your grandmother needs to be moved to down the street, have Eddie move your grandmother down the street. You get what I'm saying here. Give him a call today, 315-335-0516. Shout out to my attorney, Dave Longaretta. If you need legal help, give him a call today, 315-735-6162. Much love to Utica Coffee. I love Utica Coffee. Drinking the house blend today, I think it was what it is.
Who doesn't love it?
I love it. And then also much love to the Saranac Brewery as my co-host and our guest today, Tommy Lamach and Justin Smithson, are drinking some Uncle Charlie's.
Uncle Charlie's, UC for me.
UC for me.
So I got to ask a question before.
Sure, I
I
got to boost you up or something's wrong with your volume here.
I don't know.
Hang on. Go ahead. What's the question?
All right, but the question is like Amazon Music, is this something that we're going to be able to like download a skill for Alexa and like be like, I want to listen to Disruption Network and or the D
EC Radio.
EC Radio. I can listen. Is it like broken down so I can say I want to listen to Local Music Monday and it'll just go, right?
Yeah, I think so. I haven't even looked into it.
I'm interested to try this now because, then I could be like my son who's now learned how to ask Alexa stuff, and it's really cute too because he wants to hear Hurricane by Luke Combs all the time. So he's like, Alexa, play Hurricane by Luke Combs. And that's how he talks, But it's the funniest thing is she understands him. And so it's like, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. This is going to be like 2 years of nonstop. Alexa, play car keys.
For the rest of your
By
life,
the time you get home, you could be like, Alexa, where's my car keys?
My Utica Club.
Alexa, drive me home.
Yeah.
I think Alexa and Siri are friends.
Call me an Uber.
I think that they party together. I think they would, yeah. Yeah, but they like do it on the DL though. They like all get all like incognito and stuff. And
right. It's
go like some hole in the ground bar underground somewhere.
Kind of like if a guy from Coca-Cola can't date a girl that works for Pepsi.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Is that those rules fall into place with Alexa and Siri?
I wonder.
Is that really a rule?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
That's just wrong.
It was back in like the 80s or 90s. I don't know. Things have changed now, so who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
So we got to kind of introduce our
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know a single person watching or listening right now that doesn't know who this guy is. So it's
is that true?
I think so. I think he's pretty famous in the area.
Yeah, he's famous.
He's famous in my eyes.
He's been in like 65 bands in his lifetime. So
absolutely. And then let's not forget the Tommy Lamach experience.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Yes.
Yes.
Which I have yet to see that live in person.
And where did you get the name from? I mean, that must have...
because it's an experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
So who's in the band now? Who's officially in the band?
Well, him.
Well, yeah.
It'd be funny if he wasn't in the band. All right, guys, I can't do it today. You guys got this, right?
No, is it a band? You're not doing an acoustic thing by yourself?
That's what it is.
That's it, right.
Well, it's an acoustic thing, but once in a while, my bass player and drummer show up, and we jam like a real band.
Yeah.
Which is
Herb Liebhaber from Nervous Rex, and Randy Gates, who was from Saddle Tramp and 6,000 other bands.
Tramp.
And
That's a great band name.
Al Kenyon and Michael Bell.
Yeah.
All them guys. Dennis Lasher.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, love it.
Herb, I love Herb, man.
Herb. How do you not love
Dude,
Herb?
he's great. The band Nervous Rex with Joel Ciotti on bass and lead vocals is absolutely insane. Like
Joel is like such a great voice. Like he doesn't get recognition for his voice.
No.
Right? It's always his bass playing.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a great,
Great
bass
bass
player,
player,
too.
yeah, no doubt.
He's a phenomenal bass player. But he can sing, man.
Yeah.
Boy's got some pipes.
He hits notes. I swear they kick him in the nuts before he.
It's the most incredible thing too because he is literally one big cigarette. Like he's constantly smoking, and then he'll come in and just blast out Sting like it's his job, and I'm like,
how did you do that?
I mean, it's not like he's just like putzing through it too. I mean, he's nailing everything.
Said this guy.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Really?
Well, before we got on air, Justin was talking about like he can drink and still play.
Yeah.
Right, like no problem.
Right.
But then you get off stage and you can barely talk. But
Right,
then you
sure.
get back on stage and you don't miss a beat.
Right.
How is that?
I just think it's muscle memory.
Yeah.
And that's, which I mean, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's I mean, it always starts out as, if I have a beer, it'll just calm my nerves before the show, And it's not nerves of like, oh my God, I'm nervous to play. It's just like you're more anxious and you can't wait to get going and that turns into, so-and-so buying you a drink out in the bar, so-and-so buying you a drink at the bar. Before you know it,
And you can't be rude and say no.
Yeah, I know. I mean, you can't say no. But,
No.
before you know it, you're buzzing a little bit and, whatever. But, I've calmed down a little bit in my old age. But wow, 15 years ago, it was on like Donkey Kong, especially, with the lineup of the band we had at the time. So now I'm the only guy in the band that drinks, so it's just not fun anymore.
Was there a major period at the time where everybody in your band, Showtime, were they complete alcoholics?
No, well, Joe and Jose don't drink at all. Like every once
I
in
knew
a while,
Joe never drank.
Every once in a while, Joe will have like a cocktail. Once in a while, Jose never really drank at all. But we had Keith James, Ben Salzman, Sean, and I. All four of us drank at one time. So it was, and Keith, it was funny because like we go up to play. I apologize, Keith, if you don't want me telling this story. We would go up. We would go up
comes
and
the dirty laundry.
Yeah, well, not even really, but it was funny because we would go to play and like I mean, you don't want to be that guy screaming at the bartender going, "Hey, give me another drink." So he would come up with like 4 Captain and Gingers, like just carrying them like this, and he'd lay them all across his keyboard, so he wouldn't run out. I mean, it's it was
the
good
way to do it.
but it was funny, like just watching him, like, oh, where's Keith? Oh, here he comes. He's got like a tray.
I used to bring a cooler into the bars and set them behind the speakers
Oh yeah,
and have like 2 30 racks of Bud Light there and
have at
Southern
it.
Comfort and whatever else, and because it was so much easier than going through the crowd and sitting at the bar.
Absolutely.
And
it's convenient.
Also
It
highly
costs
illegal at a
What?
bar,
Shh.
but
Would you drink the full 30 rack?
Not by myself.
Oh, okay. You would
I mean,
share it with the bandmates?
I would give it a go.
the old college try.
I'm not opposed to it.
I'm going to throw Joe Sweet under the bus right now. Sorry, cuz, but Joe used to hide beers on himself on stage. Like, he'd put one strategically in the back by the drummer, then he'd throw one over here by the bass player. So if he was anywhere around the stage, he'd always have a beer to go to.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was like a technique.
Yeah.
Smart.
It is.
Yeah,
It's like pure
I think that's why wireless guitar was invented. You know what I mean?
So you can walk around
you
and
can
get a
walk
beer.
off the stage, get a beer. You know what I mean?
That
yeah.
was a while ago. But yeah, he used to hide beers on himself.
But
Dave Borgia wants to know who's hotter, Alexa or Siri?
oh, Siri, definitely.
You think so?
Oh my God, yeah. Well,
Alexa's a hoe.
yeah, totally. Here's the thing: when Siri was first invented, okay, I worked for Apple. Obviously everybody knows that. And when Siri was first invented, like all the people I worked with would find funny things that she could do. The best one, it was kind of creepy actually. The best one was you could ask Siri in the beginning to say, "I need to hide a body." You could say, and she would bring up a list of dumps, swamps, marshes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm just like, oh, my God. Well, now you can't do it now because obviously they're taking it down. I mean, but, it was, I think Siri and Alexa would be more fun if everybody wasn't so PC these days. You know what I mean?
What does it do now? Just like direction Home Depot to the shovel department or something?
Yeah. I mean, you can order stuff. Like, Alexa's kind of cool because, like, you can, it's funny if people are listening right now and they have these devices in their house, they're all going off right now. What can I help you with? No. But, this is the good thing about Alexa, and it could be a good thing or a bad thing. You can order stuff on Amazon right from your chair. So you'd be like, because if I want to order coffee, I'd be like, order Utica coffee because they got that on Amazon, and they're like, order Utica coffee, house blend or whatever, and it'll be like, would you like the 28 count or the 72 count. It's like you tell her what you want. Would you like to add this to your cart? Yes. And then you go through the whole thing. You just sit in your chair and like order stuff through Alexa. So it's kind of a good and a bad thing.
Do you not love his voice when he does that?
Yeah.
Would you like to
Yeah.
order this?
Yeah.
Would you like the 12-inch double donger?
You do got a career in voiceovers, bro.
You know what? I was checking the mic at this wedding we were playing. We played Isaac French's wedding.
Oh, congratulations
last week.
to Isaac and
Yeah,
Lacey.
it was just such a beautiful wedding, and they're two beautiful people.
Absolutely.
And we were testing the microphone, which ended up not working after everybody got there for the ceremony because the interference, like where like we had the wireless receiver in the tent with us, and then they had the ceremony outside. So the officiating guy or whatever, he wasn't a priest or anything, but he was out in front over there. So as he's talking, it's just dropping out. So finally they decided to stop. But when I was checking the mic earlier, like people were walking by and I was like, "Hello, welcome to Isaac French's wedding." You know, it's like just doing stuff like that in like my super low voice, and people were like, you know, looking at me, and I'm like, sorry for being creepy.
What is your octave range?
I don't know. I haven't tested it in a while. It's pretty big. It's pretty broad range.
It is quite large.
I could sing really, really super low.
Josh Turner and Johnny Cash, and then suddenly he's Sting and
Philip Bailey.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Philip Bailey. I mean, that stuff is probably at the pretty top of my range.
Yeah.
You know, with Easy Lover and stuff. And I used to do. I mean, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Fantasy by Earth, Wind and Fire. That's a song, but anyway, he does all these vocal acrobats at the end of the song, and it used to go really high. When I was, I don't know, 18 or 19, I could sing all that, like in Philip Bailey range, like when he goes up super high like that. And I think that came from growing up with Mariah Carey and trying to hit all the notes she was hitting at the time. You know, like growing up, you're like, I could do that, and then you're like, no, I can't do that, but you get pretty close, you know. But so that was the high range end of it. But
I want to hear some Mariah Carey.
No,
Yeah, I do too.
Just so.
No,
We'll get you a wig.
no,
That'll be cool.
I haven't. No, I haven't. No.
Maybe. Come on.
No, I okay. Maybe for the Christmas show, I'll do All I Want for Christmas.
There you go.
That would be hot.
What's the highest song you've ever sang?
I don't know.
Have you even tried like to go into a falsetto?
I've actually tried Timothy B. Schmidt doing what the hell song was that?
I can't tell you why.
Yes. I can't tell you why, but I can tell you that was the name of the song.
I can't tell you why.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you two ever played together?
It's funny. Usually when Tommy comes to Dick Smith's, I get him up to sing so that I can play the drums.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
That's like my favorite thing to do in the world. Like I'm a guitar player, but
Yeah.
I love playing drums. It's like my favorite. So anytime I get a chance to bang on the drums, I'm like, let's do this.
I think you two have to start a band together called the Bald Bulls.
Ooh.
That's hot.
Every gig we play is in the old yard that Joel's Steakhouse stood on. So we'll be the Bulls that stood there.
That would be great.
Play every gig right there.
It's funny. I play out. I use a vocal harmonizer. And when I first got it, Sean borrowed it, and we called it Justin in a Box. Because everything Justin does was right there at a foot pedal.
Justin in a box.
I don't know where we were one. Maybe it was Dick's. I'm not even sure.
No, you know where it was? It was Old School. We came to watch you that Wednesday at Old School.
He got up to sing with me, and we're singing a song, and I'm getting ready to push the box, and he looks at me and goes, "Don't you touch that thing!" And I'm like, "All right, let's start the song over again now."
Yep. Yeah,
I actually had the Justin instead of the box.
Michelle McSweeney's checking in. She said, "What a bunch of cool cats. Happy Monday to us all."
Oh, thank you
She's
so
talking
much.
to you two. She's not talking to me.
Oh.
Oh, come on now.
are the
You know
cool
you're
kids.
wrapped up in that.
Is your camera not on?
Well, kind of.
Well, have her look at you. How cool are you?
Yeah, just pull yourself up right now and just get really close to the camera.
No,
See?
I like being
I
slouched.
think we need higher chairs so we can look at you more and be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I know. So you're kind of low there, dude. You got to raise your seat up.
I want to touch my nipples when I'm looking at you.
Oh boy, here we
Do
go.
you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you're just hot.
What does leaving say? You're making my nipples all hard.
Tommy, have you ever written music?
Yes.
Have you?
Yes.
You got a bunch of stuff out there,
There's
right?
some stuff out there, not a lot.
Is it like anything you can download or something out there? on the internet?
There's a song I did for the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I remember
That was
that.
a great song.
That was a pretty one.
It is a great song. I should say.
Yes, I remember that.
That was very thoughtful of you to say that.
Yeah, I can't listen to it anymore because I just cry every time I hear it. You know,
Now that you
one
have
of those
kids,
things.
it messes you all up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That changes everything.
It does. I thought it was a basket case before I had a kid.
Yeah, now
Now it's
you're
just
like,
you know. The other day, I'll tell you a story quick. This is not local music oriented, but this is
it
kinda
doesn't
funny.
matter. We're
My,
local musicians.
My parents are building an outdoor room, and
Is this the parents that go Wednesday night to the St. Luke's? For prime rib?
yes,
Okay, just check.
yes. That's a whole other story.
That's another
Anyway,
set of
Look into
parents.
that.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, so no. So they're building this, and they got the table saw out there, and it's got like the two like handles, but they're like kind of rebar. You know what I mean? It's one of the, I don't know. It's like this. It's a portable table saw.
Okay.
So anyway, it's out there. My son, we made it so like every time he goes on a work site or whatever, he's got his little hard hat, and he's got his safety glasses and everything, and. Like, we're always watching him. I mean, we're always, like, right there to watch him. And he starts walking like this, and all of a sudden, for some unknown reason, because kids do weird things, he takes a beeline 90-degree turn, smack into the freaking rebar thing, And thank God he had the safety glasses on, because it probably went right through his eye.
Man.
But the safety glass, the bottom of the safety glasses cut the bridge of his nose here and here. And so it looked like, that the saw itself did it or something, but I'm like petting his head. I'm like, oh my God, because he's like, and I'm petting his head. I'm like, it's okay. I'm so sorry, And I'm like,
Nothing you could do, Dad.
I like crumbled to the ground. I was like, I hate when he's in pain or anything. I can't deal with that. So that's like, touching on that subject. I know exactly what you're talking about now.
That is close to that. One of the most amazing sounds in the world is hearing your own kids laugh.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like if they're in their room or whatever, and the door's
Belly
closed,
laughing,
and-
too.
Yeah, you
Belly
hear them
laugh.
laughing like crazy. It's like,
Z's like, can we get off the subject? I don't
I'm
even
sorry,
have
let's
kids.
not rock
It's
and
like,
roll. Yeah, drugs and shit. Whatever.
Talk about what I know.
Drugs, touring, chicks.
What's the biggest fatty you ever rolled? Well, this one time.
Wait, are you talking about drugs or sex?
I don't know. Oh, fatty.
kidding me?
Oh.
I love kids. I'm the cool Uncle Z. I love getting my friends' kids all wound up.
Oh, yeah.
And then leaving.
Oh,
and
you're
then
that guy.
I am that guy.
You're that
Yeah.
guy.
I'm that guy. Because
Jose's that guy for Oliver. He'll come over for 20 minutes and get them all freaking rip-roaring crazy.
Uh-huh.
Be like, see you guys later. And then he's pew, 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 pew for the next 3 hours. I'm like, ah.
Here's a Mountain Dew, sonny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My name's Uncle Z. I'm going to introduce you to sugar and soda.
Yeah, and 5-hour energy drink. Whee!
Those are easier to pass along,
Yeah,
too,
you just gotta hide them.
Parents will
kid
never
have
see.
a game fuel.
Yeah.
Just gotta stash it in the Legos. save
This is
color.
called Bang Energy Drink.
Feed the kids.
There you go. Have you been playing it all the time?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Like out different.
Playing out different places.
There's a couple spots going right now, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of places that are cutting back though.
Yeah.
That are King Cuomo, douchebag. Did I say that out loud? I thought that was inside my head. Anyway, King Cuomo is pretty much screwed everybody. I mean, I honestly, when this crap all started and we started doing all these online video.
Oh, were you taking part of that too?
Yeah, everybody
yeah.
was doing.
Yeah.
We were raising money for
Yeah, you and Timmy. That was awesome.
PPE.
Hmm?
Protective devices, that shit. We were raising money for that, and we raised a lot, which was amazing. I think people were just paying us to shut us up, so maybe we wouldn't play anymore. It's possible.
I highly doubt that.
No, it's possible.
But you guys are funny, though, too, on top of it. I mean, you play good music.
It's a good thing that Funny was there.
Yeah. No, but you guys play good music. You play it well. I mean, Timmy, I can't
love
believe.
Timmy. I love
you know
Timmy
Timmy Hodge?
I don't know him. I think I'm
Yeah.
friends on
Timmy
Facebook
Hodge is
with
like
him and stuff.
entertainment in one person.
Oh, my God.
He could have his
Never
own,
really hung
his
out
own
with him.
TV show.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
walks around the bar, and you could just follow him and just laugh and,
Oh, my
and
God.
have a great time all night. But he just, it was like on a whim. He just started playing guitar, and, like, he just, like, would pop up on the stage and, like, but he's really committed, and, like, he wants to play music. He wants to do it, and his girlfriend bought one of my old acoustic guitars. Did you hear about this?
I did.
And because the guitar he was using was like, you know, a cheap Fender. It was like, you know, got him started. But I'm like, I watched him play one night, and I'm like, you really need, like, I'm thinking he needs like something better. And I had a Takamine G Series, which is it's a beautiful guitar.
They're great guitars.
But it's perfect for what he's doing. Yep. And I mean, the action on the guitar, the Fender was like this high off, and he's still playing. And I'm like, man. And so his girlfriend bought it off of me, and I'm like, make sure you take a video or something when you give it to him because she wanted to surprise him. And I'm waiting, months go by. Like, months go, I don't hear anything. All of a sudden, my phone rings, a FaceTime. It's him. I answer the FaceTime, and he's sitting in a hot tub.
With the guitar?
No, but he's just sitting in a hot tub. He'd be like random. Like, that's how random the kid is, right? And he's going, Matt Sage is there, and everybody's like, hey, what's up, man? He's like, yeah. And then Matt pipes in, and he goes, Tim's calling to yell at you about the guitar. I'm like, yell at me about what? He goes, thanks for selling my girlfriend a guitar that I'll never play. I'm like, why won't you play it? I'm thinking, like, is there something wrong with it or whatever? He goes, I can't play a guitar that you've played. I'm like, oh, come on, don't be doing that.
It doesn't come with muscle memory.
And I'm like, dude, I will be so upset if you don't play this guitar. You got to play the shit out of this guitar.
He loves to play.
He does. He loves to play. But and he's gotten better. Like, and that's why I thought it was a good idea.
I watched him through that whole COVID thing when it started.
Yeah.
He started off. He was kind of choppy a little bit, and then he just smoothed right out. And he just, I could break his balls anywhere we play. I'd be like, Timmy, get up and play a song. No, I'm not playing tonight. 5 minutes later, I'll be in the bathroom. I'll come out, and he'll be on stage playing. Hey.
Yeah, he's just got to get. Once he gets over that little hurdle in the beginning of getting up and playing, like he'll stay up there all night.
Oh yeah,
he loves it.
He will too.
So that's great. I just love seeing that, you know. But
he's that guy that you could tell him to do anything. You'd be like, Timmy, I bet you won't go over there and pull that habit off of that nun. He'll be like, I'll do better than that. I'll put my tongue in her ear while I'm doing it. He's that guy.
What an example.
We all got those crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he's that guy. But at the same time, I mean, you know, Tim Hodge. Here's a good thing about him. He's one of the friends that you have that when we moved down to Frankfurt, and we didn't have any help, and we moved in the middle of February. My buddy Michael Fratt could help for a little bit, but we lost out on a box truck that we were supposed to get. So he comes down with an open trailer. We put our whole entire apartment on an open trailer. He towed it down to Frankfurt and unloaded the whole thing with us and helped us set shit up and like.
That's a good man.
And wanted absolutely nothing for it. I tried to give him a case of beer and he wouldn't take it. I was like, dude, come on, you know. So I mean, he's just one of those guys. But shout out to Timmy Hodge, man.
Timmy Hodge.
He's a great dude.
Man, him and Matt kind of encourages him. That's his
true.
job.
Yep.
Matt's the guy who sits back and be like, "Hey, Timmy.
Yeah.
You won't do that."
Yeah, he's definitely the instigator.
He's the guy. He's the needler.
Jabbing him. Yeah.
Keep jabbing him. And Timmy's like, I'll do it. I don't give a crap. Then next time Tim's running naked through the bar, and you're like.
Anyway, we're getting off on a tangent. Shout out to Timmy Hodge.
I love these
and
stories.
Fun stuff.
We all have those friends.
We do. Mm-hmm. Actually, they happen to be those guys.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
Hilarious. So where have you been playing? Different venues? What venues?
See, I played at the Brew House at Oneida Lake. Hotel Willowvale I've been playing at.
Oh, cool.
Played at the Snubbing Post.
I've never played there.
Oh, my God. It is.
Never played the Snubbing Post.
Snubbing Post
Even I've played there.
Music Central. It's just one of those places. I mean, like Billy Carmen exudes the Snubbing Post.
Yeah, I agree.
He does.
I know exactly what you mean.
He just walks in the door and he just kind of melts right into the surface of the place.
Really?
Yeah, and the place just comes alive with music.
And his DNA's all over the place too.
Well, it probably is.
Yeah, it's probably the reason why.
It's kind of gross,
like a
actually.
Love you, Billy.
There goes Billy again.
Well, there's Billy pissing in the corner. That must be his area too.
No, but I know what
this
you
is
mean.
mine.
It's the house that Billy built.
It is.
Uh-huh.
It is.
That's so cool.
But I've been doing. I played at Seven Hamlets a few weeks ago. That was.
It's the winery brewery. What
brewery?
Brewery. Yep. Never played there.
One of the officers I work with, his kids they opened it up.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool. But there's a bunch of different places. I mean,
yeah, there are places out there right now,
you know,
and it's you know, there are places out there, and they're figuring a way to make it work. And you see a lot of people, a lot of bar owners and restaurant owners that really love and support local music that are trying
There's
to,
no doubt,
just trying to throw us a bone. You know what I mean? But you know, because musicians, I think, and restaurant owners are so aware of each other's situation that I think that we're all trying to work together to help each other. You know what I mean? In a sense. So I mean, if it's you know, I usually make X amount of dollars. I might make X amount of dollars this time. If I do good, you know, if the place does good, and you want to throw me that bone, go ahead. If not, you know, type thing. But it's just you know what I'm saying? It's kind of been that.
it's a give and take between them. And
and
over the years, it's been absolutely that where we're hand in hand. In it. I mean, there's a lot of places that without us, they don't have the draw on the Friday nights, Thursday nights, Saturday nights to bring people in. You might have food, great food. You come in for dinner, but then your bar's emptied out. Mm-hmm. You got a guy like him sitting out front playing his guitar, and people are like, "Ooh, I want to go see him do freaking Mariah Carey and shit like that."
I'm never gonna live that down. That example, I'll never live it down.
You know, you got to put a Mariah Carey in your repertoire.
You have to.
You have to now. You mentioned it.
You did.
I know only one person that covers female singers on the regular at his shows.
And we know who that is.
Tim Moyer.
Wow, the streak continues.
Bam!
Your best shot.
By the way, that was fun on Wind Down the other day.
We had a blast, and I started
it looked like
out.
You guys are having a ball.
Yeah, we started out. It started out for me kind of rough. I was trying where Tim's office is. It's right next to that fish market in Whitesboro. That's where GP Entertainment's offices are. And they didn't have any parking right in front of the building, so I was going to pull into the fish market. And my Chevy Equinox has this gigantic, almost looks like it's almost 2 feet of a blind spot that I have right on the corner of my windshield. And
2 feet, that's safe.
It's horrible. And I can't even tell you how many times I've almost pulled out in front of people. So I'm getting ready to pull in this parking spot, and it's like the car in front of me pulls straight ahead, and as I'm turning left, a motorcycle comes up, and I see the motorcycle right at the last minute, and he swerves out of the way and dumps his bike, and it just skids across the road. And I wasn't going fast; he wasn't going fast, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" So I get out of the car. I mean, this is all as I'm trying to get to Tim's, you know. So I get out of the car, and I'm like, "Hey man, you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm okay." He goes, "Why did you do that?" He was just surprised, why? Because I literally pulled right in front of him, and I'm like, I have this gigantic blind spot, and you were literally directly in it as I was turning. And I said it was, complete accident. I didn't even know you were there. And so, looked around and, whatever, got done with that. So I was kind of shooken up, and I walked into Tim's, and I'm like, this is going to be a rough night. But, we ended up making the best of it. It was fun. We had a great time. And, of course, it's always comedy when Tim's involved.
Always.
And I mean, most of it is Paige sitting directly in front of him, his daughter Paige sitting directly in front of him, rolling her eyes, making fun of him, and we're laughing at her, making fun of him. You got Mike Tripoli running around with a Sawzall, threatening to chop everybody's guitar heads off. It was just mayhem, absolute mayhem. It was just insane. I mean, Mike's a very short person, and so watching him run around with a Sawzall is really funny. I mean, the thing's more than half his size.
Yeah. I think I might hire him for Halloween.
You should.
Put him on my porch.
I mean, Tim's singing the Lollipop Guild song for the Wizard of Oz every time he walks. It's shit like that. I mean, it's just, if you haven't gotten a chance to watch Wind Down, it's definitely an experience with those guys.
It's a must. He's doing a great job with it.
Yes,
it looks great. You can tell his production's definitely expanded week in and week out.
Right, and he's very into making it better every week, doing whatever he can to push it ahead, which is why he's having Ryan Quinn this week. So I'm like, dude, thank God you didn't have him first, and I had to follow him, because that would have just been horrible. Nobody wants to follow Ryan Quinn at all.
Said the guy that him and Gary Johnson opened up for me at a benefit one day.
Oh, that was fun.
I had to follow them.
Uh-huh.
That was fun.
Come on.
It was a Sunday morning. I was shot.
Yeah, you were shot. These two guys, I videoed it because it was damn good.
Mm-hmm.
They're up there. Well, they played Toto, of course, which really pisses me off because they're gonna take a lot. I'm like,
You're doing best Yosemite Sam impression.
Yeah, they're up there doing shit like that and playing Styx and fucking Elton John and whatever else, and I'm like, I gotta follow this.
Uh-huh.
I mean, all these people are sitting there going, "Oh my God, they're so wonderful! Oh my God!" And And I get up there and I'm playing, I should have been a cowboy. And they're like, what the fuck is this? Just fill it in time.
I have to disagree, obviously. I mean, I love listening to Tommy. So
I know he doesn't give himself enough credit.
No, you definitely don't. And I'm telling you, you are single-handedly keeping 90s country alive. I just want to thank you for that because that was the country I grew up with. You know, that Garth Brooks.
Kicks ass.
It really does.
This new
Brooks
shit
and
that's out
Dunn.
there
I'm just about to ask you what do you think of the new stuff right now.
It sucks.
Yeah,
It's not country.
It's pop
Oh,
music.
yeah.
I mean, when the 90s country came out, they were all saying, well, that's not country either. You know, Garth Brooks, Travis Tritt, all that shit. It was more the 4/4 time.
Yeah, more rock.
More rock.
Yeah.
And it kicked ass. Toby Keith came out, and we're like, yeah.
Yeah, you can actually say country kicked ass in the 90s. It really did. Because, I mean, it kicked your ass. You know, when you were doing, you know, especially you had bands like you guys at Southern Grace, you had Lonesome Dove in the early 90s. I mean, all kicking 90s country. And, like, it was like a hoedown every gig. It really was.
The beat behind it all night long was Give Me 3 Steps all night long.
Mm-hmm.
And it just carried all night.
Yep.
It was great.
Yep.
Now they got this shit with Taylor Swift and this rapping crap on the side.
I don't even think Taylor Swift's considered country anymore, though. I mean, she kind of started it all, but
she's a hoe too.
You know, you got guys like
her and Siri are hanging out together.
Oh, true. There is a resurgence of people trying to keep that country vibe alive, though. Like Luke Combs, like I really dig Luke Combs. I think that he's a great musician.
He can't write a bad song.
No, my God, everything he writes.
The man could fart in a microphone; it'd still be great. He'd be like,
but he's got that
good fart, brother.
Yeah, he's got that whole. I mean, it's not necessarily twangy country, but it's like he'll write these like rock and country songs and stuff, and it's really cool to listen to. I mean, Luke Bryan's Luke Bryan is more like a show, like a look at, like he's
sliding over to the other side.
To the other side, yeah, it's good.
Keith Urban did the same thing, man.
Yeah.
Keith Urban's always
made me laugh though. He talks, he's got an Australian accent, but for some reason it's got twang in his voice when he sings.
You were saying crikey earlier, or whatever.
Crikey,
yeah, that thing.
Yeah. Sean does that. I'm Keith Urban. Like that, he talks like that, and then you sing a Keith Urban song, and it's like it's all that southern twang still.
Yep.
But like they all crossed over. Kenny Chesney, they all
Kenny's got his island vibe.
Who was the country guy?
You don't even know what the hell we're talking about.
Nah,
there was a country guy that had the rapper come and do it. What
he's like, fuck this,
dude. The Florida Georgia Line.
No, it was before them.
Can I just? They're horrible.
Oh God,
they are. Every song sounds the same.
I think they're
every
horrible.
song sounds the same.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. There was who was the country artist that did had a rapper come in and he rapped the whole.
Is it Big and Rich?
What was
No,
that?
they're actually there. I like them.
What a party those guys put on.
Oh my God, yeah.
Kidding.
We had them at the State Fair a couple of years ago. They rolled in at 10 o'clock in the morning and just started drinking.
Oh, so you're familiar with country?
I'm familiar with that.
This is why I play country.
Yeah, right.
Those guys started drinking the second they got there, and then it got to the point where they were just getting obnoxious. It was like, all right, guys, you guys gotta go. It's time to go.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
We got thrown out of the state fair.
Huh?
We got thrown out of the state fair.
You did?
Really?
Yeah. Southern Grace did.
So I can imagine what
We
happened.
were playing at the grandstand. And
You played at the grandstand?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was pretty cool. And
That's
you
so
know what's
cool.
amazing? When you're on that stage, the seats are so much closer than you think they are. You're like looking at a wall of people, and you're like,
Who'd you open for?
nobody. It was a country showdown, and we were participants in it, obviously. And we had the AP's band then. But Michael Bell, the Wizard, he's from El Dorado, Arkansas. He's just a little hillbilly. Amazing guitar player. Note for note perfect. Just sound perfect. He sees this poster backstage, and I think it had our name on it or something. He starts pulling it off. He wanted to take it home with him. Well, security saw him do it. So security jumps on his ass.
Oh God.
So now, I mean, I've been a correction officer for 17 years. I jump on security. So the rest of the guys in the band jump on security too. And we pretty much got a standoff going on here, and it was going to get really ugly. So
was this before or after you played?
It was after we played.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh, okay. At least you
That
got
would have
to
sucked
play.
if you couldn't got the gig
At least
off.
you got to play.
We're forbidden to be at the state fair ever again.
Well, that was many years ago, though.
Yeah,
Was that the
Southern Grace is
grandstand?
gone.
Was that the grandstand?
Grandstand's gone. It's Southern Grace is no more. It's now the Tommy Lamach experience.
Yeah.
Back to the state fair you go.
Steal some more
You
posters.
didn't even have to tell that story. You might have incriminated yourself.
I
Now
know,
you're
right?
Really...
I'm sorry, Michael Bell. You're a little criminal.
Oh, what a good experience, though, to get on the grandstand.
Oh, yeah.
grandstand and
That
play
was
out.
pretty awesome.
Didn't Max play at Chevy Court too? Max Sheldon. He got to play at Chevy Court,
I
right?
think he did.
There was
I'm going through the. I don't think he did.
last year or the year before. I could have sworn I saw.
Maybe
He
did.
plays the State Fair every year, though.
Yeah,
He's
but
always
it's-
up
but it's
there.
usually
There's
at
all
a
different venues.
Yeah,
and
there's different
stuff.
venues and stuff. But I think
I
that
think
there
he
was
did Chevy Court one year.
one year. I think he might have done Chevy Court. I could see the picture in my head, but
This would be a
Max.
great time for me to throw my
Max, you
Sean
out
Smith
there?
story in there last year at the State Fair.
Ooh.
Here we
That he
go.
pulls up, right? He's got all his stuff, and he texts
oh
me.
yeah,
he's
we
like,
played. That's right.
No, he never ended up playing because
Really?
he couldn't find the venue. And I gave him a golf cart ride all the way down to the midway and stuff, and he couldn't find the venue. He had no idea where he was going.
Oh,
no
my
idea.
God. Yeah, that was
And then
me.
it turned
Yeah.
out to be late. He was late to begin with. And then by the time he got there, it was way over the time that he was supposed to begin. And he's got his amp and his guitar, and he's walking around. He had no idea. He's just like, hey, can you come back and pick me up? I'm not playing this gig. Couldn't find the venue.
Oops.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can be honest. I was trying to find a venue one year going because I remember forget which venue it was. It was one of those ones that like has the tent and they play in the back. It's like Dave and Tiger used to play it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Dave
yeah.
Hawthorne and Tiger.
Yeah.
And they played this venue every year for the State Fair, and they had it for like
Like the pickle barrel or
yeah,
one
it
of
was
those,
one
right?
of those. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to find where this is. And I can't find it at all. I'm like, why is it so hard? I can walk in, I can find Chevy Court, I can find the Midway, I can find the grandstand when it was there. Asked me to find one of these little dive bars that got their, tent set up with live music. Nope, can't find it.
No offense to the dive bars, by the way.
No, I love dive bars.
Oh yeah.
When we did we did our tour with at the colleges for Tim, we signed up with GP Entertainment. We did our showcase. We got booked at all these Penn State gigs and stuff. Sean and I would leave the night before, and the very first show that we ever played was in I think it was in Reading. It's not called Reading, everybody. It's Reading, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And I think it was either Reading or Scrambles. Anyway, we rolled in the night before because we were trying to find a bar. We're trying to find some place to go to like hang out, because our gig was at 12 noon the next day. So how are we going to party? We got to go to a college and play an hour-long gig at 12 noon. So we get there the night before, and there's this bar we go into, and it's like everybody's dressed like a referee. And like there's lights everywhere, everybody's going. So we walk up and Sean's like, I got this. What do you want? I'm like, whatever. He's like, I want 2 Jaeger bombs and 2 giant Bud Lights or something like that. So it comes to like $18. And Sean's like, screw it. That was a good, it came out, Jaeger bombs are like this big or something. So they throw some like $6 for a tip or something like that. And as we're trying to do the Jaeger bombs, because they're in Pennsylvania, they do them with the shot glass into the pint glass thing, So as we're trying to do the Jaeger bombs, the guy looks at the tip, blows a whistle. All the bartenders and everybody grabs napkins off the bar and just chucks them at us. And, like, there's napkins flying everywhere. And Sean's like, this is the greatest place ever. And so, like, Sean kept tipping these guys. So they'd have to keep blowing the whistle and putting out the siren and throwing the fucking things, like, going crazy. So at the end of the night, we're hammered. We're walking out, and we see a police car, and the police officer's sitting there. And we're like, do us a favor. Let us just, like, stand next to us while we go like this, and we'll take a picture, So here we are. The cop's next to us. And we're walking like this. Somebody takes a picture. We send it to Tim. It's like 1:30 in the morning. We sent it to Tim. We're like, dude, we can't play tomorrow, man. We need somebody to come and bail us out, right? And we did this to Tim every time we played, right? What the hell? Guy calls 1:30 in the morning. Oh, my God, where are you guys? Blah, blah, freaking out. So then we go play the gig the next day. But we decided as it went on, we would try to find the biggest dive bar we could possibly find and plant ourselves at the bar and play Mega Touch all night, get to know the locals, everywhere we went.
Mega Touch?
Yeah. We would just sit there and play Mega Touch all night long. All night long. We just sit there and play drink and play Mega Touch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Remember I owned a bar for 10 years?
Yeah, hello.
Oh, yeah, duh.
So, like,
Good point.
The coolest place we found, though, is in American Legion. And I can't even remember where it was. It was like on this back road somewhere, and it was just this lone Legion standing there. So we walk in, and of course, anybody in a rural area, you immediately, the voice you use for them is that southern twangy voice, right?
Yeah.
So we walk in, and of course, we look like a bunch of city boys with their skinny jeans on or whatever the hell else we're wearing. And it's like 10 o'clock at night. There's 15 people sitting around the bar, and their average age is 75. And the biker chick behind the bar with the cut on, the vest, and she's like 300 pounds. The whole thing, right?
She's got chewing.
Yeah, exactly.
Hiya, honey.
What can I get you boys?
Only Bud
What can I
Light
get you
here.
boys like that? And so Sean goes like this. He goes, "You ever heard of a Jaeger bomb?" And she's like, "Oh, Jaeger what?" And we're like, "A Jaeger bomb." She's like, "No." And then, 75-year-old Cletus over at the end of the bar, he's like, "What's a Jaeger bomb?" And we're like, "Oh boy, so you got Red Bull?" She says, "I think so," and like looks in the back of the fridge somewhere, and there's like probably a case of Red Bull that's been there since 2000. And she starts pulling out cans. So Sean buys a Jaeger bomb round for everybody in the bar. There's like 15 old guys, right? Buys the whole round of thing of Jaeger bombs.
It's like
buys everybody a drink, right? And they take one sip of the Jaeger bomb and are like, "This shit's great," like that. They start freaking out, right?
Oh boy.
The lady comes around. She goes, Might be a little expensive, but we're looking at about $15.50 for the round. Sean and I look at each other and goes, "Oh, this could be a long night." And this is like 8:00 at night. We stayed at like 2, spent like $50. It was insane. Hammered drunk. I'm like,
Everybody
we
at the
love
bar,
this,
hammered.
but that's what we did. We would try to find the most out of the way rural place we could find and just party all night long. It was
No wonder
so much
why
fun.
Moira hasn't hooked you up with gigs since.
Yeah, that was the end of that. I mean, it was like, it's kind of like, yeah, you guys kind of outstayed your welcome. When you show up smelling of booze and hungover the next day to play your show.
The Northeast is kind of done with you guys.
Yeah.
For a college showcase, you're showing up smelling like alcohol. That's
Oh,
what it
yeah.
is.
Yeah, we smelled like a brewery. It was horrible. It was horrible.
Our boy Mark Mackery's checking in. He's saying, "Hey,
I
guys."
love you, Mark.
Hey.
Hey, Mark. Good to hear from you. Everybody out there in Facebook land, if they could do us a favor and click the share button, we'd really appreciate
Slam that love button, too,
Share.
Yeah.
Share.
Lamach, you got any gigs coming up?
No,
that
I
you
don't.
could promote nothing.
No, I don't. Nothing.
Are you doing a live stream thing?
I'm going to actually I'm right before I came here, I was painting. My son finally moved out.
Okay.
Yeah. Yay! All right.
After how many years?
Congratulations, Dakota. Yes.
He's 35.
Yes.
No, I'm kidding.
Yes, he's 46, been living in the basement. Now, he finally moved out, and I have his room now. I mean, we bought this house. We bought a 5-bedroom house. I said, this is going to be great. I'll have a home studio. I'll be able to do all kinds of stuff, music room and all that.
That's how it starts.
Never had one. Never. Never. My wife fills up the rooms with kids and dogs and cats and whatever the hell else.
Yeah.
Well, he moved out. I made sure I went out and I bought him everything for his new apartment so that he's comfortable. I'll buy his damn groceries every week if I have to.
Don't say that. You're on camera.
I will not buy your groceries. You get a job, you take care of yourself, and make mom and dad proud. Anyway, I will buy his damn groceries. I painted this room. I put in a new ceiling. I put in pot lights, recessed lighting, the whole bit.
You got to grow pot in there?
Well, let's get to that, by the way.
Oh, boy.
Today, before I painted,
We're going to need a part 2 with Tommy, I think.
I took his bed out, and I found a bag of, oh, by the way, Cody, there's a little bag of green substance that's in the window above where your bed used to be. I think it's weed, bud. I think it's weed, and you lost it. But I'll give it back to you. Anyway.
It's like, damn it. I was looking all over for that.
It's definitely weed. But the shit that he had under his bed, I'm like, there had to be, I don't know, probably 13 bowls, 48 lighters, freaking.
Wow.
My kid's a pothead. I mean, it's like religion. He's over there going, damn, I'm hanging out with that boy.
What's his number?
Dakota Thomas.
Right.
Anyway, there is a little bag of weed that's on the windowsill there. I moved it. I'm probably going to go to work and get arrested when the drug dog comes on. Be like, what do you got on you? Be like, nothing. Bring the drug dogs.
Nothing. I just wanted a cavity search.
Yeah. Can you get that dog's nose right up my ass?
God.
Oh.
So you got a little room now.
So we're back to the room.
The room. We keep getting sidetracked.
I got sidetracked by the weed.
Yeah,
It
we
happens.
all do.
So I got this room, and I just painted it all up nicey. It's got this cool border of all guitars on it.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's going to be my room. Setting it all up. I got the little studio programming, and
Oh, cool.
everything's going in there. Now I need drums. I have a drum set, but I need a better drum set because I want to build, do that. I don't want to do all that MIDI crap. I actually want to play them. I want to be like Justin and just take it easy all fucking night long, over and over.
Sounds like a plan.
Is that how you do it, Justin?
Not quite.
No.
He's actually good at it.
No. No, I'm definitely not.
Whatever.
Yeah.
How many times we've played Take It Easy? 70 times. Sean would show up and he'd be like, "Here we go again."
Yeah.
We would play it.
Well, I mean, in my defense, "Take It Easy" is a special place in my heart. It was the first song I ever learned how to play on the guitar when I was 5.
It is an amazing song. The Eagles fucking rule.
Yeah. By the way, did you see they released the Live at the Forum from 2018? And you know that you're a force to be reckoned with when you pass away, and in order to replace you, they have to bring 2 people in.
Vince Gill and his
So
kid.
Vince Gill and Deacon Fry replaced Glenn. And Deacon looks just like Glenn did in 1975. Like long hair. He wears like the old school jersey things, you know, like his dad did.
Blow.
Yeah, right. No. Sans Blow, I think. Sans Blow. He doesn't. I mean, he looks like he might be a pothead, but I mean, you know, either way.
I think there's a good chance of that.
But you know,
I got some.
The coolest thing about that for me was like I was thinking about this. I'm like, okay, like let's say I'm Vince Gill. Okay, the first live recording I'm going to be on with the Eagles is Live at the Forum 2018. I'm 61 years old. One of my biggest songs, Don't Let Our Love Start Slipping Away, right? So the Eagles decide they want to do that.
Did they really?
Yeah, and he said, can you imagine being Vince Gill and being like, I made so much money off of this song. It's such a great song, but now the Eagles want to cover it, and they're going to do all the harmonies behind me while I sing this? Are you kidding me? Just,
Wow.
So if you get a chance to listen, it's incredible.
I heard them with Vince Gill, and
yeah, they're incredible.
They are amazing.
They're still just as good.
Amazing.
So.
Now, what I heard is they're coming out with the Hotel California.
Yes, they went on tour in 2019 and did the entire album, front to back. Yeah. So I think they did like one set where it was Hotel California, the whole album straight through, and then they would do the rest of the stuff after. But yeah,
amazing.
Yeah. So
best album ever.
Yeah,
ever.
Well, I mean, you're doing something right when you're going back and forth with Michael Jackson's Thriller with your greatest hits, and it keeps going back and forth. The Eagles and Michael Jackson's Thriller just keeps going back and forth as the #1 album ever sold, ever.
Crazy is that?
They just keep flip-flopping back and forth.
And now Fleetwood Mac Rumors, too. Ever since that
the TikTok video.
Like, Rumors has gone through the roof again.
Yeah.
And they were on their, I think it was their 40th anniversary or something like that, or something like that. I don't know the time.
Oh, and the live one that they did? That Fleetwood Mac did? Are you talking?
I don't know if it was a live one or it was the 45th anniversary is what it was.
Oh, right, okay.
And then weren't they supposed to do a tour this year or something? They were supposed to this past summer.
Yeah. With guys from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. The lead guitar player from them came because they fired Lindsey Buckingham. So, yeah.
How do you fire Lindsey Buckingham?
That's my question. I mean, he's one of the most unique guitar players of all time. I mean, they got 2 guys covering his parts, but it's impossible.
Yeah.
Nobody can play like him.
Nope.
And he's got a unique voice too. I mean, you get him and Stevie. Stevie's got such a unique voice, but the 2 of them together are even more unique. And it's like listening to the both of them sing. I don't know.
Now,
I can't get on board with that.
Is Christy McVie back?
Oh yeah, Christy McVie they brought back because she left for a while. Remember when she left? She got fired too, but then they brought her back.
Everybody gets shit canned.
Yeah,
I was fired from my band 4 times.
Your own band.
Yeah.
Tommy Lamach experience?
No, Southern Grace.
Southern Grace.
I got fired 4 times.
4 times?
Yeah.
Sal Nettie. he was the deliverer of the bad news every time.
Yeah. I love Sal though. Sal taught me how to play lead guitar.
What a guitar player.
He taught me how to play lead guitar. He had just thrown his Gibson Les Paul out the window at the Marine Corps where we all rehearsed. The Marine Corps was like kind of like the White Tower in Utica.
Yeah.
Where you had all these bands practicing and stuff. And
you guys were up there too?
We were there.
Yeah. And he was practicing with Max Grogan. God rest his soul, man. That dude was great. But his guitar kept breaking strings, so he got pissed and threw it out the window. And the next day he came with a brand new Gibson Nighthawk. That guitar was beautiful. And I'm like, here I am, 13, 14 years old. Hi, Sal. How do you play lead guitar? And he's like, all you do is just go 1 4 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 4 1 4. And I'm like,
so how do I
switch? How do I switch keys? Oh, well, that's easy. You go like this. I'm like, and the light bulb went off in my head, and I'm like, that's how you do it. Okay. So I mastered the pentatonic scale and nothing more than that. So I'm just ripping on the pentatonic scale. That's all I do.
Staying in the box.
Staying in the box,
Staying in the box.
I've ran out of guitar licks, though, so I'm trying to invent some more. It's not working out so well.
I'm still doing the same shit Sal taught me. I mean, I never played guitar before, and suddenly there were certain songs we had to have a little acoustic guitar
yeah.
playing there with open chords, and
Yep.
I still do it.
Yeah.
I'm robbing people. I play three damn chords and sing over the top of them.
Dude, I still say to Sean, play a B flat, and he plays a B minor. Because he just thinks it's, and I'm like, no, a B flat. And he's like, I don't know that. And I'm like, just move it down, slide it down half. But it's funny because, Sean is one of those ridiculous talents, too, that, he wanted to be a guitar player and play out. And I mean, literally, I heard he started playing, and 2 months after he started playing acoustic guitar, okay, he was out gigging 4-hour shows.
Wow.
Up north, he was. That's how we found. We had heard about it.
I've been listening to a lot of the stuff he's been playing, where his guitar playing has
it's improved dramatically.
Grown so much. Where some of the walks he's been doing and the slides, and I'm just like,
he's doing a great job.
Heard you play that shit before.
He couldn't tell you what he's playing, though. It's so funny. We go back and forth all the time. When are you going to learn the name of the chords you're playing? He's like, I don't need to. I just play it. I'm like, okay.
Muscle memory.
Okay.
Oh, we're back to that.
Yeah.
Muscle memory.
Speaking
of muscle memory,
practice, kids.
We need to walk over to the fridge there, I think.
I know. Speaking of.
Hey, Spider.
I got your first one, so.
It's my turn. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I have a question for you when you come back.
I hope so.
I do.
Yeah, and then we got to wrap this up because I got to pick up my son.
And the Tommy Lamach beer break is brought to you by EJA Moving.
Yes, that's crazy.
EJAmoving.com when it's time to move and relocate. Also, our unofficial sponsor of Local Music Monday,
Tim Moyer.
There you go, Tim Moyer. It's in the big refrigerator. Hey, you wanted to book him, Justin.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna have to have a part 2 because this is just too much fun. We should have a Local Music Monday at 9:00 at night, so we could just have a 4-hour Local Music Monday. Just sit and drink all night and just talk. It'd be fun.
Well, the question I'm going to ask him, I'm going to ask you too, Justin. Is there a wish list that you would like to play with?
There, sweetheart.
Musically, locally.
Locally?
Is there a local musician that you would like to play with?
Well, I'll tell you, I've always
you've
wanted
never
to.
played with before.
I would give anything to do a gig with Bill Ali. I would love to do a duo with him. Just one gig, one-off gig.
He's cool.
Because I told him, because I heard him do, at the State Fair, believe it or not, he did The Flame by Cheap Trick. Mm-hmm. But every time I ask him to play it, he's like, oh, I don't play that. J-Ro plays it, and I sing it. And I'm like, so now, I've learned The Flame by Cheap Trick.
Yes.
So now if I ever see him out.
Because of Bill Ali?
Yeah. But I'm going to go pull the guitar out of his hand and make him sing it for me because I've never heard him do it live. But, I mean, it is recorded at the State Fair. It is hands down the best cover of that song I've ever heard.
Really?
He's insanely good. But
He is insanely
he's
good.
definitely one of plus he lost a boatload of weight like I did.
He looks great, man.
He lost way more weight than I did, but
Did you see the skinny? Stand up for a minute.
no.
Come on, stand up.
Oh, come on.
Look at the motherfucker.
I know. I guess
No, he looks
Spin
good,
around.
man.
Show him your nutsack.
No, that's enough. So anyway, yeah, Bill's definitely one. I mean, I got a chance to play with Monkey Fever at Monkey Fever.
Is that Lenny's band?
Yeah,
Okay.
Lenny's other band. It's got Bill Berry on organ, Jerry Crimmins from Showtime. He plays congas and sings in it. Jose's now in the band playing bass.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
They got Tom Hillenbrand and Joe Pacheria on guitar, dueling guitars there, and I got to do. Jerry couldn't do a gig at the Dinosaur, and I got to sit in and play with these guys, and what a freaking treat that was, man!
Wow.
I was the lead singer without a guitar in my hand for the first time in my life. Like I had to stand in front of these people singing. The one thing I forgot, because it was the middle of February, I didn't think I'd need it. I didn't bring my fan with me. I was sweating so bad that people were handing me napkins. Like that's how bad it was. I felt like I was Meatloaf. I mean, of course I was 270 pounds, but I mean, literally just sweat dripping off my face, and I was so embarrassed. And please, somebody give me a towel. I need something. Oh my God, this is horrible.
Cheeseburger.
Yeah, but I had so much fun doing that. But there's a ton of musicians that, I mean, anytime I get, I go out to see Mac Sheldon would call me up. We did, speaking of Fleetwood Mac, we did Dreams by Fleetwood Mac together, and I did the harmony part with him while he sang it, and it actually inspired me to learn the song. So now I do it solo.
That's
just different things like that. And I just I've always loved the song, but I'm like, hey, I could sing that. So
How about you, Tommy? Who would you want to play with that you've never played with locally?
Justin Smithson.
Next. You've already played with me.
Yes, but that was at home.
Oh God, I set myself up for that one. I really set myself up for that one.
I would honestly, I would love to see the 8 musicians that I had probably 10 years ago get back together and just do one show.
Just one?
Just one.
Southern Grace reunion.
It doesn't even have to be Southern Grace. It could be just those musicians. We can call it shitbag and, I don't know, nipples and dicks. I don't give a crap.
Mm-hmm.
But
I can tell you from experience that it will probably be one of the most fulfilling shows you've ever played in your life. Just because from personal, like when we did the Showtime 20th anniversary, doing that and getting all those guys back together.
That was awesome.
And like before the show and after the show and during the show, I mean, all those things come back, you know what I mean? And I'm sure with Southern Grace, you've had over the years different members come and go and stuff like that. Same with Showtime. And each version of the band is different than the previous, whether you grow or whether you do whatever. And it was great to do that. And if you get a chance to do that, like you'll get back and you'll be in the same frame of mind as you were
Doug
in each
Martin
of those.
sends me a message every year. How about a Southern Grace reunion for St. Patty's Day? Southern Grace reunion for St. Patty's Day, because that was one of the biggest bar shows we ever had was St. Patty's Day up at 12 North.
Oh yeah.
There was like 600 people.
Yeah, I did that one year.
And it was just awesome. And everybody was dancing on speakers and on the bar, and it was just one of those incredible shows. And that's one thing I would like to see that eventually.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Was the anniversary of the anniversary show recently? Because I keep seeing videos pop up.
I think it was October 14th was the show.
You guys coming up on what, 25
We're coming
years
up on
now?
25. Yeah, that was 2000. It was right after my son was born. My son was born in September, and the show was in October. And it was actually the first time that we had a babysitter. I think that Jess's sister was home from Florida, and she stayed with the baby while because Jess and Chris did the merchandise booth that we had there. They did that for the show, and then they got to come in and watch the show and stuff. We got to hang out. And it was a special night, man. It really was. Like I still get like chills and all the feels thinking about it. So
See, I get excited when I see the blues trio, because I mean it brings me back to three-peat.
Oh God, that was the first name of the first band.
Yeah,
we were 3 people and we repeated music from the past. Listen, I was 13, and Joe was 14, and Jose was 15.
And you guys were great.
and they're still doing it.
They are, and they're
still doing
phenomenal.
it. Yeah,
phenomenal.
Still doing it.
Probably,
Proud of you guys.
You guys should be like in that, the Musicians Hall of Fame type thing around here.
We've been talking about it for a while. I don't know if you heard, but we've been talking about
really
trying to
throwing
get
that
some
around.
sort of local music Hall of Fame going.
Yeah. If you could have a first ballot, like you've been around, I mean, and you know all the old school musicians
Oh my God!
too.
You go to Atlas, 805, Classified, obviously.
And not even just bands, like even single people.
Yeah.
You know? Like we were talking like Carmen Carmonica's got to be in there. You know what I mean?
He'd be
Like a
first
first ballot.
He'd be the
Absolutely.
first guy
Freddie
picked.
Pipperata,
First guy.
freaking holy Jesus.
Freddie's a good one.
Yep.
Larry Desiato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put him in there.
Yeah.
But then, of course, the old timers too. Like we're talking back.
Johnny Dugan and those guys.
Oh yeah, Johnny Chuck Primo.
Chuck
Primo.
Yep.
Oh my God.
ripping guitar player.
Dude,
No
he's
doubt.
insane.
No
I mean,
doubt.
like
He plays on the Space Shuttle's console. He brings out this shit that's
oh,
like
it's
8
amazing.
feet
He's
tall.
got like 4 amps behind him. He's got a huge pedal. He's got a bigger pedal board than I do,
Yeah,
which is
he's a little geeky
insane.
when it comes to that.
Yeah, but Chucky for me, he used to live with Joe Rossi
Really?
Jr. Yeah, like they shared an apartment, and so we would go over to Joe and Chuck's house, and we'd sit
And if
down.
you throw Billy Carmen in there, there'll be all kinds of DNA everywhere.
Oh God, you are
Billy
not.
be in there
Listen,
too, though.
there's
God.
stories, but anyway, so he'd sit there with a guitar, the guy constantly, and this is why he's so good. The guitar is constantly with him, unless he's working on heavy machinery, which is his other talent. But
Very good at that too.
yeah, but like if he's just sitting down on the couch, we watch the TV, and he's just practicing. He's just doing this, and he's going like this, and he's got that.
He loves that Gresh.
What's the country guy that they always call that plays the he does that
Chicken
Dave
picking.
Mason,
No,
right?
Brent Mason.
Brett Mason.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know country, but he's the guy that chicken picking. Chucky would just do that sitting down without even looking. He'd be paying attention to something else, and I looked at that, and usually I can look at something that's really really good and go, I want to learn how to do that. He was so good at it. I'm like, I could never be that good at that.
He was
like at that particular style.
He is.
It was. out of this world. It was just, and he's still probably one of the best guitar players I've ever seen in my life, hands down. Like, I'm talking big acts, small acts, and he spent time in Nashville and Vegas and stuff. I mean, he's been around. So
yeah, he definitely did his time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of jazz guys too from back in the day. Salamico comes to mind.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And Monk Rowe.
Monk Rowe is right on
J.R.
top.
Montrose.
Sal Albrico Jr.
Sal Albrico. I mean, there's so many
brothers.
Yep.
They're right up there too.
So many great jazz legends.
Rick Montalbano.
Rick Montalbano, great one. You know, we mentioned Carmen too, but
Yep.
there's so many other great jaz guys. I mean, jazz was such a big scene back in like the 50s.
Devin
and
Garamone.
60s.
I mean, you know, he's another one.
Put
And
Devin in there too.
Joe Sweet. I mean, he's been. I looked at one point. I think that I saw Joe Sweet had a band back in 1955 that did nothing but Big Bopper's music. I think it was a Big Bopper tribute band. No, I guess the point I'm trying to make. I guess the point I'm trying to make is, if you look back on music, any time that we've been alive, I think you see that Joe Sweet's had a band doing something.
Oh yeah.
You know, and the first time I ever heard of him was the Joe Mama and the Funk Daddies. But then I realized he was in Nine Ball, which is like grunge rock, and then he did a country band, I think, at one point or something. He did
a country album,
acoustic album or whatever. But
Is he like Chris Gaines or some shit like that?
yeah, right? No, Chris Gaines. Wow, I haven't heard that name in a while.
He's coming back.
Is he?
Yes.
Are you gonna play Kiss covers?
Garth Brooks is coming
get
back and doing another Chris
lost
Gaines
in
album.
you.
God knows why, but
Why would he do that? It was
I don't
that
know.
almost
It
ruined
killed-
his career.
I don't know. He's doing
Anyway.
it again.
Another one comes to mind, Tony Torres.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
I put
God,
Tony
yes.
Torres in there too.
Yep.
You know, the guy was huge back in the day.
yeah.
I mean, he's
All
still
those guys.
writing in.
Todd Hoban.
Gillis,
Todd
Gillis,
Hoban.
yeah, Gillis,
Bob
Bob
Aquaviva.
Aquaviva,
Bob, yeah.
you know, John Liebing.
Yeah.
John Liebing has to be
Yep.
in there. John is a legend.
And then you could
Yes,
have
he's
you could
legend.
have a. I would like to have, if I did a local music Hall of Fame, you could have like a section in the Hall of Fame for like
3-chord losers.
no for owners. for like bar and restaurant owners, you know, the people that like you got people like Kenny at the Valley Brook that, I mean, he single-handedly, I mean, he had live music every night of the week.
Yeah.
These guys always played there. Peck in Herkimer, Tim Marusik at the Southside Pub. You know, Rick Stewart at Harpoon Eddies. I mean, all these guys that have, now you got Brian Zenheiser at Fratello's in Frankfurt, has live music every night of the week.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
it's
guys
hard
like
to do
that
that.
should be, you know, I think should be, you know, called out on, you know what I mean? Like, hey, recognized, you know, like, for the work that they did to promote the live music. Because honestly, if we didn't have a place to play in the area, then there would be no live music scene.
We
So
wouldn't be having this podcast right now.
exactly,
Yeah.
talking about everything but local music.
Well, you kind of knew that was going to be the deal. Look at
Yeah.
our guest.
Yeah, it's all your fault, dude.
Don't act surprised.
You're such an asshole.
I would
We're trying
like
to
to
talk
have him
about
come-
live music, and you're just talking
I
about
was just talking about life.
drug dogs.
Drug dogs, yeah.
Anyway,
You know, we arrested 5 people this weekend bringing drugs into the prison.
wow,
Really?
Yeah, that's a lot.
that is a lot.
Sorry, I didn't mean to change the
How
subject.
was
I you kind of make me want to go down this rabbit hole right
Yeah.
now, but I don't
How
think
was
we
it
should,
having
no.
Ja Rule in the prison?
He was over at the other jail.
He's at the other jail. Yeah, I know, yeah.
What is the highest profile celebrity that has been in the jail that you've like?
That I've met?
Yeah,
I've met David Berkowitz, son of Sam.
Son of Sam.
That was an odd experience.
I bet.
I was cuffing when I was down at Woodburn,
Uh-huh.
down in Sullivan County.
Yeah.
I was cuffing up my inmates to bring them back to my facility. They're part of the FRP program, which is we call it the felony reproduction program, but it's actually a family reunification. So I'm cuffing up my guys, and I'm reaching back for my leg irons, trying to cuff these guys up. And for those of you who don't know, I'm also a CO. Yeah. Okay. I don't actually just hang out in prison.
Although I would definitely guess that you would if you
Yeah,
were a
I
CO.
would. So I'm reaching back for my cuffs and my leg irons, and I can't reach them. And I hear this voice behind me. Yo, you want me to get those for you? And I'm like, yeah, whatever, sure. And he kicks them over, and I look up, and I'm like, the son of Sam is standing 5 feet away from me,
Wow.
kicking this bag of leg irons to me, and I'm like, this is not happening. It was the weirdest shit ever.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started, I was down at Greenhaven Correctional Facility. Ronnie DeFeo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amityville Horror.
Oh, yeah.
This guy's mopping my floor. I'm like, and the guy that I'm with, he's like, you know who that is? I'm like, yeah, he's my porter. He's mopping the floor. He's like, no, do you know who it is? I'm like, no, that's Ronnie DeFeo. I'm like, who the hell's that? Well, both of you obviously knew that
Oh, yeah.
Amityville Horror, and
Yeah.
that's the guy right there. I mean, I've met so many I mean, gangsters. I mean, Ali Malangoni, he was Ali Shades. He ran the Fulton Fish Market down in New York City.
That was huge back then, yeah.
He was on my unit. He'd be making, linguine and clam sauce on Sundays on my unit at work, and I'd be like, I can't believe these guys are here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so weird. I mean, you hate to glorify the crimes,
Yeah.
Right.
but it's so unique to see these people.
Yeah, I would totally be like starstruck if I saw it, just because of the fact that, like, growing up, you see a lot of these on TV. So, I mean, even if you don't want to glorify the crimes, I mean, people you see on TV are famous. You know what I mean? So,
Well, they said they would show the Amityville Horror on the Rec, and Ryan DeFeo would be out there going, "That's not what happened. That's not what happened."
Right.
It's because it makes you look bad, motherfucker. That's
yeah.
What really happened, Ryan?
Yeah,
Right,
what
right.
happened? My sister-in-law did it. Whatever.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, there's always somebody coming in that's famous. I mean, I can't really. I'm gonna give you the short version of this. Ben Stiller came into our facility.
Oh,
Wasn't he doing Dannemora, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he was interviewing some inmates that were in Walsh, which is our maximum security facility in the middle. And I had an incident happen in the visit room where I'm a roundsman, so I go and I pick up the bad guys when they're acting bad. So I'm picking up this guy, and I'm bringing him out to my van and addressing him properly. And I look up, and Ben Stiller's staring at me. And I just kind of froze in place, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, there's no way in hell that Ben Stiller's standing 10 feet away from me while I'm throwing an inmate into a van with cuffs on and taking him to the box. Sure enough, there he was.
what would be funny is if you saw that movie and you were like, "I did that.
Yeah, that was
I
me.
totally did that. He stole that from me."
He's copying me.
Tommy Lamach, portrayed by Justin Smithson, singing Mariah Carey songs.
Come on, baby, all I want for Christmas is you. That's the last time you'll hear me do that.
That was sexy.
I'm recording that and making it go viral.
Oh, you have to.
But you got to bring back the 12 days of
I will.
Utica Christmas
I
this
will.
year.
That was great.
Do you know who else we have up there? Is Bernie Hatch,
Oh,
Bernie Hatch. Why is?
Potato Hill Killer.
Oh, right.
He's in our facility
And
now.
he's been there for what, 35, 40 years
Yeah.
almost, right?
Yeah, they want to exonerate him, and the whole Innocence Project thing attacked that.
wow.
but It's
He's got to be 5 days older than dirt by now, right?
he is ready
Yeah.
to go. He's literally leaving on a jet plane pretty soon.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of legendary killers up there, huh?
God, I mean, I tell people, crime's been very good to me.
Oh man. Well, we gotta get out of here,
Yeah,
right?
we
Well,
Oh,
'cause you
time's
gotta
up.
go pick up your son, and it's time is up. We gotta do this again because we didn't even talk music. I don't think we talked music at all, did we?
Did we?
Well, a
Little
little bit.
bit.
I don't
We
even
said-
know what
Here
we
and
talked
there.
about.
My name Tommy Lamach. I play as Southern Grace.
Aye.
I did Tommy Lamach Experience, and we talked about everything else after.
I don't even know what the hell we talked about today, but it was fun. I had fun.
Yeah,
I know I
I
laughed.
don't even want to talk about me. I just want to be here and just talk shit.
Right? Isn't it fun?
Great. Now we got another co-host. We got to put another chair in for the guests now.
I would love that.
I'll take a small.
But then it would have to be a 3-hour special because we just wouldn't stop
I
talking.
know. We do got to bring him back, though.
Yeah.
Can you come back sometime soon on a
Absolutely.
Monday and shoot the shit with us? Maybe in about a month or so.
After I do your window and you give me a good review.
Wait, you're doing my window?
Yeah.
Shut up, really?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought that. Okay, we got to talk about this after.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Roll the sponsors. Roll credits.
The one thing I do want to talk about, though, the 12 Days of Christmas. Justin recorded the 12 Days of Utica Christmas.
You'll have to play it for him.
Yeah, I don't have it right in front of me, but I will.
Yeah.
I need to play it because people need to hear this again. I need to revamp it. I know I was playing it last year before the holidays,
Wait,
but
wait.
I'm going to play it a lot this year.
One of those days has to have rainbow involved.
No, it's actually more of
sure.
like a happier type of thing. But
Can I just say something?
of course,
I mean, I know we're at the end of the show.
yeah.
Remember how like Justin was saying that he wanted to play with this person or this person? That would be really cool. See, I don't get that shit. I get people like Rainbow being like, I want to play with Tommy Lamach.
Yeah. Nice to know you. Nice to know you,
Hey,
Tommy.
what time you play tonight?
Tommy Lam-
6.
Tommy Ramak.
Let me sing you a song.
Tommy Ramak. I want to play Tommy Ramak.
Yeah, he's got fucking Monk Row over there going, I would like to do some kind of symphony with Justin, and
Yeah, right.
maybe we could play at
Yeah.
the
Oh, my
You
God.
got Rainbow.
Carnegie Hall. And I got Rainbow. It was like, Tommy! Tommy! Hey!
What time you play? What time you play?
You went to my saxophone!
You got guitar pick? You got smoke? You got smoke?
You play orchestra. Orchestra.
Give me a ride! Give me a ride!
Oh, good old Rainbow.
And this rainbow moment was brought to you by EJA Moving Services.
What a great song.
It's hilarious. You guys do that for him too every time he comes in, huh?
Yeah, he stopped coming in, though.
He did?
Sean told me he couldn't sing anymore.
Oh yeah.
Aw.
No, that wasn't it. I'm sorry. That wasn't it. He's mad because we wouldn't. He has apparently a time schedule to be on, and he said
Has to
that
play first.
yes, he wanted to
Yeah.
play first before everybody. We said no. You're going to come up when. Well, Sean said you're going to come up when we tell you to come up.
Right.
He didn't like that.
Right.
He
Wow.
stayed there. He paced around for about 10 minutes and then never came back.
He is an artist.
He's done that to me a couple times too. Back
Yeah,
in
he
the day,
gets
we used
really
to get
mad.
into some arguments
Yeah.
about it. I'm like, you're going to play at the end of the night when
Yeah.
I want people to leave.
There's
Right.
a
You
there's
know,
a
'cause
wonderful
you're gonna be
video
my-
out there of Timmy Hodge and Rainbow playing together.
Oh boy.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, in front of the Tommy Lamach Experience poster.
Having Rainbow on stage singing is better than a bouncer to yelling at
Oh,
you
yeah.
to get out of the bar. So you
Oh,
just
no
put
doubt.
Rainbow up there and everybody just clears out. And it worked like a charm for
It does.
many years.
Yeah.
And then he got the hang of it and didn't think it was all that cool. But yeah. And then he came in here. He rock starred me here too because I went the only time he's ever been in the studio. And he came in and he played his guitar and blah, blah, blah. And I wanted to sit down and tell a story because I know his story.
Yeah.
He's got a unique story. That
Sure.
guy's been killed like almost killed 9 times.
Yep.
Yeah.
He got struck by lightning. He was like hit by buses. He got beat up by kids. He got
And he was like a genius before all this shit happened
yeah.
to him,
He
right?
was in the Korean military too,
Yeah.
and he jumped out of
Yeah.
an airplane and the parachute didn't open. That's a true story.
Yeah.
But anyways, he has this whole story, and and of course I was his manager at
Way
one time.
more interesting than us.
I,
Talking.
I know, right?
Seriously, why the hell?
So, anyways, he came in. And I wanted him to tell all these stories. Let's document your story.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to play. He got the hell out of here. He grabbed. I had a bag of cans for him. He grabbed the bag of cans and he left.
Peaced out.
And I haven't seen him since.
Yep.
And this rainbow moment is brought to you by EJA Moving Services. When you're ready to move and relocate, and when you want Rainbow to move your shopping cart for you, have Eddie do it for you at EJAMoving.com. Thank you, Eddie. And
Shout out to Keith Miller for Utica Club.
yes, shout out to Miller, too, my good friends over at Saranac. He brews a great beer over there. He's legendary, that guy.
They started brewing that long drink too. Did you hear about that?
No, tell him.
It's the drink of Norway, I think, or Finland, or one of those countries.
Really?
But anyway, it tastes like Fresca, but with alcohol in it, and it's actually brewed with gin. And they said they were talking about one of the only places you can get it right now is called the Carp, but when they brew it at the brewery, the whole place smells like juniper berries because they use the gin and stuff. And so when they're brewing it, it's like it's incredible.
I
So
just want to say, did you ever notice that Justin comes up with the strangest shit?
I know
that he was
useless
like-
information.
He's like the authority on this shit. You're like,
Yeah, I know stupid.
this one
stupid
time
stuff.
I had a hangnail and Justin would be like, hangnail is from the
the Latin word.
He's like Cliff Clavin.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
That's why he's my co-host.
I love it. No, I absolutely love. I didn't mean to break your balls. I apologize.
It's true.
If I
though.
hurt
It's
your
100%.
feelings,
No, not at all. It's 100% true.
You wanna hug
I
us
played in a band with Sean Smith for 18 years.
God bless you.
Well, 16 years, 15 years. I don't know,
And
somewhere around
You
there.
refer to those years as your blackout years.
Oh God,
Three
yeah.
of those were blackouts.
I met Sean. I met Sean in 1999 at Herkimer County Community College, and I have no idea what happened next.
But there's a child out there named Smith and Shun.
Well, yeah, we wanted to name ourselves Smith and Smithson and call it like a law firm, Book Smith and Smithson.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Anyway,
We got to have you back, though.
Yeah, we gotta
Please
go.
come back.
I
I
gotta
would love
go.
to be back.
Baby, come back.
you can blame it all on me.
We're out later.